Announcing the commencement of the first purge.
I want you to change the world, and don't think that this is going to happen peacefully or you can do it alone. We need to kill the rich. You get out there, you use your weapons, and you rip Washington apart. You hunt down the billionaires, the bank bosses, the CEOs, the scumbags, and the liars, the governors, the lobbyists, the senators, because they're all the same, and you hang them.
Just remember all the good the purge does.
Good morning, everyone. It's May 17th, 2020. I'm Eric. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're well. I did do a video yesterday, but I ended up not uploading it. I didn't like it, so. Rockefeller Foundation white paper reveals plan to issue Mark of the Beast number to all Americans who wish to buy, sell, attend work, school, and other events. And this is at IntelliHub.com by Shepard and Bellis. I think that's how you say his name. And he poses the question to the reader, and I pose it to you. Are you willingly going to accept the mark of the beast, or will you stand up and resist at all costs? This is a decision that you're going to have to make. And for those of us who say no, life is going to be considerably difficult. Alright, let's get into this. I got a couple of other tabs opened up. Might get to them, might not. It depends on how long it takes for this main topic. So, Bill Gates isn't the only one out there who's thrown shit tons of money at the medical system, among other things, a lot of other things. And he's not the only one, billionaire that is, who uses his money to get his way or to socially engineer our country. And this is why, we talk a lot about freedom, but that freedom does not include having the ability to rule over everyone else because you've amassed so much wealth. A Rockefeller Foundation white paper released in late April reveals a dastardly plan that, once adopted by state governments, will require all Americans to be inoculated for COVID-19, at which point they will then subsequently be assigned a tracking number and tag which will reflect their current antibody status in order for them to be able to work, attend school, make use of shared or public transportation, attend movies, concerts, sporting events, and purchasing tickets and all that kind of shit. And if that's not enough to make you sick, the plan entails hiring an army of 300,000 COVID community health corps workers to carry it out. The white paper titled, damn it, the white paper titled National COVID-19 Testing Action Plan, Pragmatic Steps to Reopen Our Workplace and Our Communities, planned to sell the sinister plot to the private and public sector leaders across the country and of individual Americans by telling them that they and their loved ones will be safer when we begin to return to daily life. forcing them to give up their freedoms for a false sense of security. Again, people, you are not secure no matter what you think. At any time, a bunch of guys with guns can come to your home and take you away for you to never be seen again. That is not security. That is enslavement. The plan, which is nothing more than a pretext to roll out the mark of the beast, insists it's bad news that the United States is not conducting enough coronavirus testing on a weekly basis, and insinuates it's good news that the government will eventually have the tools needed to contact, trace, tag, and track its populace. In quotes, this will be a delicate balancing act. Reopening the economy will be most successful if we move decisively to both increase testing capacity and optimally deploy testing supplies. You see, the true architects of this plan are the men and women behind the proverbial curtain who ultimately want to see a fusion of government, business, philanthropy, and the public, thus allowing the last few steps of their New World Order control grid to be stitched together so they can, once and for all, separate serfdom from the ruling class. The scheme. Step 1. Step 1 of their plan is to scale up COVID-19 testing capacity, which, according to the architects, will provide reassurance to the general public until a vaccine is developed and rolled out. This is how they will buy time. Testing, testing, and more testing. They want to wear out the American people and exhaust all our resources, using extended lockdowns as a means to weaken the general public. And, this is one of the reasons why these meatpacking plants aren't being staffed by National Guard. They can do that. They can put them in the proper PPE to process this meat, but instead they have chosen to kill or call the animals. So, weaken the general public. This is one of the reasons why governors like the one in Michigan there blocked the citizens' ability to access seeds at the store. So, over the next 8 weeks, the country can conceivably get to the point where 3 million people, roughly 1% of the population, are tested weekly. It reads, it is a level that, combined with vigorous contact tracing, would allow crucial parts of the economy to restart. According to their calculations, it will take 6 months to reach a point where 30 million people a week can be tested, which means that it will take at least 1 year to be able to test 30 million people daily, at which point they will offer a vaccine swooping in to save the day. Problem, reaction, solution. Except a lot of the American people aren't reacting like they thought, are they? Step 2. Step 2 of the plan calls for the establishment of a COVID Community Health Corps. and I imagine they'll give it the acronym CCHC, comprised of up to 300,000 workers capable of testing millions of people on a weekly basis. Government grant money will be used to entice prospective workers to join the Corps, much like Adolf Hitler's Schutzstaffel, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, which was spawned from a smaller guard unit known as Saal Schutz, or Schutz. Privacy concerns. Rockefeller Foundation do not have them, but you should. The Rockefeller Foundation white paper maintains that some privacy concerns may be set aside for an infectious agent as virulent as COVID-19, which is how they intend to move in for the kill on a nationwide scale. What's more, in quotes, the loss of privacy engendered by such a system would come at too high of a price if the arrival of the vaccine early next year was a certainty. But vaccine development and manufacture could take years. And when it comes, certain populations may be excluded from receiving it for health reasons. The mark of the beast. And this is an excerpt from the Rockefeller plan. Those screened must be given a unique patient identification number that would link to information about a patient's viral antibody and eventually vaccine status under a system that could easily handshake with another system or other systems to speed up the return of normal societal functions. Except none of this is normal, and I've myself, along with many other people, have stated that normal is gone. There is no more what we know as normal. Matter of fact, I took a ride earlier this morning, and on my way to my destination, I saw a sign of a landmark restaurant here, thanking its customers for 47 years of dining at their establishment. 47 years. This restaurant made it through a lot of bad times, and just to have control freak politicians and government bureaucrats destroy their business. This was all an intentional act. Schools could link this to attendance lists, large office buildings to employee ID cards, TSA to passenger lists, and concert and sports venues to ticket purchasers. Such connections should be made in a way that protects personally identifying information whenever possible. So, they fully intend on doing this, people. And don't think for a minute that, the Rockefeller Foundation and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the rest of them, don't have the political clout to pull this shit off. Let me get this last paragraph here because it's important. This infection database must easily interoperate with doctor, hospital, and insurance health records in an essential and urgent national program to finally rationalize and disarray and sometimes deliberately isolate electronic medical records systems across the country. Analytics across Madrid platforms must be operationalized so that population-level health information can be used to identify at-risk populations, perform contact tracing, facilitate decision support, and evaluate interventions for effectiveness. Now, they're going to be, when you go to a restaurant, or we'll use restaurant, you'll be asked for your name and your phone number. Maybe a bit more than that. So that they have on record you were there at this restaurant, so that if somebody who has COVID-19 goes there or has been there, they can contact you and trace you. If you walk into such an establishment, I strongly urge you to just turn out and turn away and leave. Okay, step 3 of their scheme is to create a data commons and digital platform that will eventually link all Americans to a Nexus-based Skynet-like system that will ultimately be integrated with artificial intelligence. So, and you see this headline here. Trump admits U.S. military and other forces will vaccinate most Americans by 2021. So, again, I pose to you this question: are you going to willingly accept what's being done? And there's individuals like this woman, Barbara Ferrer. She's a social justice warrior with no medical background, and she is leading LA's COVID response. Check her out. Doesn't she kind of look like this dude here? Pretty strong resemblance, isn't it? That's the first thing I thought about, or that first image I got in my mind was this dude here. I mean, they could probably be related if he wasn't a painting. Huh. But is this these kind of people here that will help facilitate all the evil that's about to take place under the guise of public safety? And speaking of public safety, I got a huge, well, a decent sized ticket yesterday. $276. I don't even know how the fuck I'm going to pay for that, but, you know, it is what it is. So why is a person with no medical background leading LA's COVID response? I will tell you why right now. It's not about responding to a disease. It's about implementing a wide array of evil schemes to depopulate and control the people. I told you a few videos back that they would use the environment of what the positive effects of this lockdown has had on the environment. And it has. As one of its tools to keep people from driving, to keep people, from flying and doing all these things that require a large carbon footprint. So, I again say that this is not about a disease. It's about implementing Agenda 21, 2030, and depopulating the planet. And if you don't think this is not going to reach you, you better reconsider that position. And this is why I have urged everyone to group up and live in as large a group as possible. I know it sounds unpleasant, but what they want to do to us is even more unpleasant. We have a chance to fight back right now, and all we have to do is be in large groups. That way, when they come, we have a force of people to fight back with. I am not afraid to die. Are you? We need to do something about this right now. We need to remove those billionaires from our society and take back the money they've stolen from the public. We need to remove the politicians and bureaucrats who've aided these billionaires. And we need to do it now. Now. I saw a video of Brian, High Impact Flicks, a very short video, brief video, but it was about an app that can help us in our endeavors. I will be doing a video on this app probably tomorrow, and that way I can provide all the links and all that to this app. It could be a game changer as far as how to organize. Anyway, thought I would share this nefarious Rockefeller white paper with you, or the article regarding it. And I hope everyone has a great, great Sunday. It's beautiful here in South Carolina for the day. And I'm going to go outside and enjoy it. Till next time, kill the state, live free.